Hello and welcome to Allies of Justice, week 10...
11.
Yeah, 12.
10. Oh.
Welcome to week
Always
12. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Fantastic.
I need so much more sleep than I get. Other than that, I'm doing good.
Anything interesting happening with you guys' weeks?
We'll find out tomorrow.
Planes. I'm just doing the same old, living the life, making the monies, the dollar bills.
Just been playing an awful lot of the Call of Duty beta on PC. It's a weird game, that is.
Most Call of Duties are.
Seems pretty straightforward to me. Grab a gun, shoot the enemy.
Yeah.
But
Not my type of game.
I mean, for us who play tabletop games, it's like, oh, come on. I have no option to try and seduce the enemy.
Oh, the option is there, but it's whether or not they have a mic to reply. Which in some cases is good.
But let's go ahead and jump into the game. Who wants to try to do a recap?
I've done it enough by now. I think someone else should take a crack.
I can recap up to what I witnessed.
I can try. I don't remember if I missed something.
I don't know why. I just feel like I've done like the last 6 recaps.
You have.
'Cause you've
You've
been
done a
here
lot
for all
of
of
the
it.
recaps. I mean, like, the only reason I don't do it is because my memory is complete shit, but I will try. Last time on Requiem, Crystal decided to spill her guts out to Connor about her sister, and then they decided to tell the rest of the group. So they decided to go trekking back to the cave to find, I believe it was Bear, Gub, Kronk, Thomas. Was anyone else at the cave? Or is that it? That was them? Alright.
Where was Edzay?
Adzay and Naomi were still at the at Babadook's cabin. They didn't come yet because their player characters weren't here yet. So at the same time, the people at the cave were working on making the structure more secure. When Kronk and Connor, I believe, and Thomas decided to come back to town to help. And at the same time, both groups heard the sounds of fighting. We both decided to go check it out, and we found this half-orc guy being attacked by a bunch of crooks. And we helped him. Connor got stabbed in the dick, and all of them are dead except for a few who ran away and the one that we still have alive. And yeah, I think that's everything.
There's
all
actually 2
the
that have alive
injuries
right now.
sustained
One's
in
unconscious, and the other one's being ganked by the rest of the group. As that's a good place to start the game. As
I was told that the unconscious guy got killed somehow.
no.
No, I don't think he was killed.
Okay.
So, as we open up into the game, the scene penetrates the clouds, moving down towards the forest and the mudlands, which they've been amply called, though due to lack of rain, they're less so now. Piercing through the top of the greenery, we go by a couple of oaks and swamp-bearing trees, dodging and ducking in between vines and high bushes off the ground before we come across a familiar stone that stands erect and contradictory to the landscape. And moving past it, seeing all the bodies of Crux spread out on the floor below it, one of which the little anime swirly eyes, still breathing, but out of it completely. And moving past it to the rest of the group, currently standing akimbo, one person holding on to each of the Crux's arms, while Kronk, Crystal, Connor, Thomas, and the unknown half-orc watch as they try to gather more information out of this. Naomi standing off a little back, keeping an eye out for the still unpresent Adze that should be coming at any time. So as the scene opens up, Kronk, you just held back Connor from ruthlessly stomping out this poor Crux's genitalia while being held by the group. As we open up the scene there, as you push Connor back off of turning them into paste.
Connor just falls down weeping. They violated me.
Violate a lot of people. We still need some of them alive.
As you turn back to see the Crux, it's currently sucking in sobs after getting stomped a couple of times right after momentarily being blind for over around 30 seconds.
Even I find that a little bit ruthless.
So, Crux. Got a name?
Sharp Tooth.
What are you doing all the way out over here?
Sharp Tooth was sent by Big Boss. Big Boss wants people responsible for killing other Big Boss.
That'd be me. Tell Big Boss to attack me and no one else.
A hint of hope glints in his eyes as he just nods his head quickly, his ears flapping back and forth. Yeah, Sharp Tooth will tell Big Boss. Let Big Sharp Tooth go go straight to Big Boss.
Why don't you tell me where Big Boss is? Maybe I can go tell him myself. Maybe we don't need you.
No! He says, obviously overstepping his worth.
Connor will turn around and he says, "You will tell him, or I'm stomping on your dick." And I'll roll intimidate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you can't beat that. As his legs just reflexively cross. And his eyes just shoot back from Connor's to every single other person, trying to need some type of remorse or care in their eyes, though unfortunately it goes from Akko, who seems to have none, to Thomas, who seems to have even less than Akko had. And then weakly to Crystals, who has a more sense of uncaring of the matter, as the situation slowly starts to dig into Sharptooth. You're gonna kill Sharptooth.
You seem like a cooperative fella. I'll tell you what. How about you just tell me where in this place, in general, Big Boss is?
He looks again around everyone, standing in front of him and holding him. And Sharptooth let go.
After I tell you a message.
Go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Dear, blow my side.
If it says motive
Very
couldn't
good.
beat a 19, it's definitely not beating a 21. So as he looks over to you, and with the eyes of an ignorant child, seems to sap on your words like honey, as he begins to just nod. Big boss. He controls cave to the east. East and tall forest. Red. As he points his head over to these large, overbearing trees that pretty much dwarf the landscape comparably to their size.
Hey, Philip.
Hey.
Oh, hey, new person.
Yeah, hi.
And
We don't have
He's the
enough
missing
slots
party
on the
member.
screen.
and remind me again, Wedwood is you said the east area?
Mhm.
Okay.
Redwood.
And that's I wish I could zoom in. Help. East. So that's near where Elp is. Like I'm trying to write this down so I have a better descriptor on precisely
No,
where it is.
Elp is west of where we are. It's southwest, to be precise. Because we had to travel northeast from Elp to get here after we heard the cries. Because we were on our way east to. You guys
But
were traveling east
in comparison
last
to
time.
Elp, where is this area he is saying?
Or northwest then. Yeah. I was talking about us. We traveled northeast to get to where we are now, which means Elp is southwest of us, right? Okay. Our cave is to the east, or a little bit southeast, I imagine. And then the redwoods are east of where we are now.
So with that information, when you guys put that in your minds going through it, what he's saying makes no sense, because you look into to the west. That's where you know the redwoods to be, because that's where you saw them before.
Is that where he's pointing?
No.
Connor will stand up. He's holding on to his junk with one hand and kind of like hobbling a little bit. He says, "Stop lying to us, you vermin."
Yeah. Redwoods are over that way.
Now the question is a guy holding his junk yelling at you intimidating or not?
I don't fucking know. Did you not see me murder like half their people?
Yeah, but you're holding your junk.
So, I was holding my junk then too.
He's got swag.
Yeah. It's Michael
Fair.
Jackson walking.
And anyway.
Fair point. Fair point.
Tell him the redwoods are.
Intimidation. No, God. Please no.
But does he beat it?
Let's see if he can beat that.
I told you, dude. To hold in the junk part.
No. Sharptooth, don't lie. Sharptooth, don't lie.
Sense motive to see if he's telling the truth, just as confirmation, even though I don't believe he passed.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Surprisingly
have
enough,
to too.
even overwhelming evidence, Sharptooth himself doesn't seem to be lying. He honestly believes the redwood is to the east.
Connor, will kind of not reel back, but like scowl at him, and he'll turn over to Caucus. He's telling the truth as far as he's concerned, but what he's saying doesn't make much sense.
Point to the area where he is.
As Sharptooth goes to point to the west, you watch as, like, almost the equivalent of something like rebooting, he just forcibly points to the east.
So he goes to point to the west and suddenly turns to the other direction?
Yes.
Connor looks over, and can I tell if there's like a magic involved, or can I make an assumption based off of like what I'm seeing?
Oh, yeah, you could totally make the assumption.
As Connor says,
You can make the assumption.
yeah, I'm just asking like whether he would like me to roll for it or not.
You can roll two, but you can also make the assumption, like, both options are okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Connor will look over and says, "Did you see that? It's like he was about to point west, but he suddenly changed his mind. I know that he's willing to cooperate with us on this extent. But what was that? Does anyone know?"
How about this? Point everywhere where the boss is not.
As you ask him that, his eyes seem to, like, dart back and forth, look really confused, and his nose begins to bleed while trying to comprehend that question.
Connor says,
Broken.
This is great.
"Is he dying? He takes damage?"
Yes,
Oh,
he took
shit.
19 true damage.
Oh, God.
You broke him, Kronk.
Yes. Kronk has developed a new skill. Cutting
So, like,
words.
while Akko and Thomas are holding his arms, he just starts to convulse and his nose just starts to bleed the black, purplish, crux-like blood. And after a couple of seconds pass, his body tenses up and then relaxes a bit as he holds his head a little more limply than before.
Oh, he's still alive. Damn, I did not expect
Is,
that.
is he awake?
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he.
Okay, cool.
Luckily,
Did
you guys ended combat without hurting him, so...
Yeah, never touched.
Great.
Should I heal him?
Though he looks...
No,
yeah,
I'm-
looking at him, Crystal, he is in terrible shape. He is bloodied.
He gonna be. Connor will turn to the guys and he says, "I suspect there might be some type of magic. If you give me a moment, perhaps I could find out, and then I will roll Knowledge Arcana. Is the one I use for magic, right?"
That's basically what you use magic for like people are describing magic instances towards you, or if you're looking at a specific sigil or you see magic. If you're trying to find something like this, you probably want to start off with a search, so at least you can find the object in question that, or mark in question that may be influencing him magically, if anything's there. Other than that,
Okay.
you're just going off of your base knowledge of what you think is possible through the helixes.
All right. Well, I'll attempt to search over for magical touches on his person.
I'm gonna. Crystal turns to Kronk. Should I heal him? He looks in really bad shape.
Naomi will kneel down next to him. Oh, you poor thing. Cradle his head in her lap. Crystal, will you heal him, please?
I guess that settles that. Yeah.
I guess so.
Hey, cool. Just look over and just look at them and say, "You're not very good at this interrogation thing, are you?"
Normally people don't, bleed out.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Interrogating?
Yeah, it's a minor interrogation.
Connor turns over to Naomi. Yes, Naomi. Is this your first interrogation? Congratulations for you. So I know you've been looking forward to it. We talked about it last time while we were having drinks, and I know you like learning new things.
How many d6 is it? Again, it's 3.
Plus
for
another
what?
d6 plus your level. So
All right.
yeah, I think it's every 10 still after, right?
Yeah. Every 10
So when
after
you hit
15.
25, then it becomes a 2d6 plus whatever
Okay.
techniques you have. So because of your current techniques, it's still 2d6 plus your level.
He didn't even get healed before.
By the way, out of character, while this is going on, it's good to have you back, Philip. Nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Very nice. We'll do it again. I mean, fuck it. Hey, boy.
Hooray, he's healed.
So you do the best that you can with what's available. Like, you try to massage the area since it looked like it was brain damage. And somehow whatever you do seems to alleviate his pain, at least.
Alright.
And while you're doing that, Connor eventually sits back up, and if you want to say something about it, you can.
Yes. Connor will turn towards the group and he will say, "Look here, on his back. There's a marking. It's 4-fingered. It's glowing. It seems to have a magical touch to it, I suspect."
Magical touch. Take a peek at it.
And it's a glowing hand mark on his back with 4-fingered marks. I'm guessing like this, or like it's just a weird like situation where it's got 3 fingers and a weird thumb.
It could be a disfigured hand, or someone curling their finger forward. It could be a multiple, or a few options, but yeah.
But it looks like a standardized head. It doesn't look like a weird talon-like hand or anything
Yeah,
like
it
that.
doesn't look like anything like that.
Okay.
So, would I have any immediate knowledge of that?
Yeah, I would like to roll my
You can
knowledge
roll-
arcana now.
Yeah, you can guys roll checks to see if you do.
Yeah. The only thing I have is
Connor will turn to
not
Crystal.
geography. So I'm going to try history.
Do you know
Yes.
anything about this mark? Or what type of magics are involved? Oh, shit. Hallelujah. I like being smart.
So, Connor, this, though not innately familiar, seems to show like evidence of magics that you haven't seen in a long time. It seems to have the same fingerprints, not in helix casting, but in dark casting.
Oh, shit.
And not dark as in your spells, dark as
damn
in
it.
witches.
Oh. Connor sees the mark, and as he starts to piece together this information, kind of jolts up a little bit and turns towards the others and says, "If my suspicions are correct, this is magic from dark sources, indeed that of a witch's touch," he says, looking around at everyone else with shifty eyes.
And almost as if on cue, the branches begin to break and open up as a covered in leaf Adze hobbles into the fray and falls forward.
Connor screams, "Ah, it's another one!"
Naomi
it's
will
just
run to
Adze.
you.
Crystal will run over too.
Came as fast as I could. Is everyone all right?
Why did you come? I thought you were going to stay over at the cabin.
I couldn't let you guys handle everything alone. Who's that? I point over to the half-orc.
I look over to him and look at the rest and go, "Is he okay?"
As you look him over, Adze, go ahead and describe yourself.
Well, you see a young Matawalan man with non-Matawalan attire. It's mainly seemingly more akin to someone who would live in, say, a city or so, and not out in the woodlands. He has a bow and arrow strapped to his person, as well as arrows, and you notice that he also has a crutch with him, and his right leg from the knee down is missing.
Jeez, so clearly not in the best of shapes. Okay. I didn't know you had somebody that was missing a leg. Right, so should I just try? Right, should I just out of character? Should I describe Acre now for him? Now that I think about it, since he missed last game.
Yeah, since you guys didn't have a chance to really describe yourself, so yeah, go ahead.
Right, so the half orc that you see with the rest of the group is a man clearly over 6 feet something tall. Haven't decided yet. In very muscular shape, and who's clearly seen his fair share of battle. As you reach, you see that he's actually got quite a few arrows sticking out of his clothes, although he seems to be in oddly good shape regardless. Possibly because arrows didn't really affect him too much. He's got fiery red hair and green eyes. And the look that clearly says that you get on the wrong side of him and it's gonna be quite messy.
Are you okay? Those are few arrows sticking out.
Yeah, don't worry. This happens at least once a week.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see you guys dealt with Crux as I'm looking around. I'm assuming I see the dead bodies.
You also see the one being held up by both the half-orc and Thomas.
Yeah.
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, surveying the scene, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead Crux.
Alright. So everyone made it out okay, right? As I'm looking around.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seemingly better than you.
Okay. So you fared well, Naomi? Your first fight, sort of?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, good for you.
I think I helped.
Yeah,
Okay.
you helped real good.
You did really good, Naomi.
Okay. Now, what's up with this Crux here? We asking him some questions?
Well, we did, but turns out there's someone else with magic that's controlling behind the scenes.
Okay.
Do you know anything about witches?
Not a whole lot, but I have a little.
Connor will turn towards the rest of the group. Then, after letting down the Crux's back of his shirt or whatever, where he was looking down at the mark, and he will say, "Yeah, tunic. His tunic. I know appropriate lingo for this era." He will say, "I have dealt with witches before. I have some limited experience with them, and I can tell you that it is."
Get rid of this then?
Oh no, not enough to get rid of it. At least not that I think. Perhaps some knowledge of Ruin or Dark could help me at the moment. Let me think back on my books. I have knowledge Ruin and Dark.
It would be ruin. The dark is something different.
Okay. Well, oh god, I'm amazing.
Nice.
I'm like a highlight reel right now. This is
The
all
best
gonna
way to
backfire
handle
on us.
with witch's touch in most instances is to handle the witch, unless you can manipulate ruin magic yourself.
Kano turned to the rest of the group and he will say, the best way to handle witches is to handle the witch themselves, unless any of you can manipulate ruin itself, which I doubt. I don't believe any of you here are witches. And it gives
Closest
like
one to that is you.
Look, he looks at you, he says, please, I'm not a woman.
So,
But you are a spell slinger.
Yes, but witches can only be female, to my knowledge.
do we know where this witch is, or any inkling?
We have evidence that might point to a particular direction she is. Or rather, we have evidence to the contrary that seems to be false, thus giving us an advantage on where she might be. Does that make sense for you,
Could
Adze?
do,
I don't exactly follow.
Well,
it's okay, I'd say.
If a person is a liar and they point in every direction but one and say that is where their boss is, the one direction they did not point is very likely to not be the falsehood.
I'm sorry, I don't. What?
Oh, God. Connor turns and he says, was he always this stupid?
You'll have to excuse him. He was stabbed in the dick in the fight.
Oh.
As
Okay.
you
and
look over
you know us,
Connor,
man, that's
you
where we
just
keep our
see a finely bandaged crotch that's slightly still bleeding and has a nice little bow on top of it.
Yep.
Oh.
So who bandaged that?
Crystal.
Crystal
okay.
took good care of him.
She could have just used fucking magic, saved us all the trouble.
Oh, why
Shut
do that?
up.
Why use magic when she can touch it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
They just want to touch it, that's all.
I hate you, Anthony.
Everyone's fascinated with this junk. Cruxes, Crystal, who's next? Kronk? Bear? Bear's already been
not
obsessed
Kronk,
with it.
no.
Next would be a
He's
gator.
no human
but
healer.
yeah.
Next is the gator. Been out of that.
Oh. Okay. I'm.
Next
What is
up
he
gonna be
trying
the
to
witch.
say as I look over to Kronk?
He can't tell us directly where anybody is.
Who can't tell us?
What?
Crux?
The crux, yeah. But you remember what you're good at, Adze?
Tracking?
Still think you can do that?
I mean, we want to figure out where they came from.
Trying to be magic.
What do you mean?
It's got magic.
Okay, they
Gotta
got
be-
magic.
Trying to be a little discreet about it. I don't know how
Okay.
magic works. Just roll.
I mean, did they just pop out of nowhere? I mean, where did they come from? I'm asking it, people
Exactly.
in general.
You got to come from somewhere.
So in other words,
Connor will
Whoever-
turn towards our newly acquainted frenemy ally person that we just met, and he will say, yes, we arrived here to see this man battling the Crux, but he would know where they came from upon him, or where they at least ambushed him, from which directions maybe. And he turns to you with a hopeful eye.
Right, so first Aka will try and let Thomas hold the crux that they were both holding by one arm each. Hopefully Thomas can take care of that just fine.
Yeah, as you
Yes, no,
give
maybe
him a
so.
look, he gives you a nod and reaches over and kind of backbends the two arms on the crux and just puts a foot on his back, keeping him forward.
Well, first things first. Thank you people for helping me there. I've killed my fair share of crux, but I'm pretty sure they would have gotten me if you hadn't arrived on time. I'm Aiko, and these guys just sprung on me out of nowhere. I've been tracking some strange signs of struggle here and there, but I didn't expect them to be Krugs. Still, they ambushed me here about, I'd say, an hour or two ago. As you can see, they thankfully weren't very good at killing orcs.
So you're a full orc?
Oh, half orc. You know, full orcs. Even if I was one, I don't think I'd admit it.
Okay. Alright. Asta's gonna hobble over, looking along the battlefield. So did they just spring out of the ground, or did they come at you in from a specific way, or?
I think they realized that I was following their tracks. I've been trying to find the group of bandits, or at least what I think are bandits that have been ravaging houses close by, cabins and the like, from people that don't particularly like being in civilization, if you get my meaning.
Okay. So are these all the Cruxes? Did any get away, or?
I'm pretty sure a couple of them got away in the fight. I don't think they decided to stay once they saw what Connor, was it? Pulled. He can explain more about that. I don't know much about magic.
Okay.
Connor will say, yes, those little pricks were quick to run away after stabbing me in my dick.
Oh, okay. Which direction did they run away to?
They fled west.
That's okay.
All right,
head over-
so on the map, what direction was right at that time? Because it wasn't.
It was...
At the time on the map, when you were looking at it, to the right would have been west, to the south would have technically been north.
I know one of them went west. I don't know about any others.
Okay. So, I'm gonna check out the west portion of this clearing and do a track.
Oh yeah, you do have that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Does he?
I do.
The races got updated, so I don't know precisely what skills they have anymore.
So, looking in the direction that you were given,
Matawala hasn't been updated yet.
you move over on your crutch as you walk through the mudlands, the dried mudlands, and find what you were hopeful to see. Imprinted on the ground, you see the three-pronged taloned footprint of what looks like a fleeing crux, and some of his depository due to fear.
Okay, well, this seems easy enough to track. Do you guys want to see if we can follow him, see where he was going?
As much as I do, I also don't at the same time. We got a lot on our plate right now. I'll tell you what. I look at the crux.
Yeah, you turn to him. Thomas has his arms literally a small amount of pressure away from just breaking both his arms out of socket, while having his foot on the top part of his back.
Sorry
You
about
go
that.
tell your boss. We'll stay on this side. He stays on that side. For now, we'll leave each other alone. If he doesn't, it'll be more than just the boss's life.
It's a sharp too. Yeah, I would. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Connor will look at him And he will look at the crux and he says, "You tell that bitch that we're coming for her."
Alright. And then just in case. Transport. For 22.
He seems to be completely compliant in this job that you set for him to do. Though fear's still running through him due to the idea he's in a very precarious situation that doesn't necessarily offer his full freedom yet, while still being held by Thomas.
Yeah.
I will look at you people, and once again I'd say, well, as that, thanks for the help, but I need to ask, what are you people doing all the way out here?
Well, before we get into
obviously
that,
we came to help you because we heard the fighting. What are you, a moron?
We're very far away from any kind of town.
Oh, that's what he means. Never mind.
well, we're like a mile away? Is that how far we're traveling?
From Elp to your guys' cave, it's a 3-hour walk.
So about
Alright.
12 miles.
Oh,
It's about a 3-hour tour.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
Speed, 12
Alright,
miles.
so well, before we get much further into that, Thomas, let him go.
He sighs and leans down, putting a little bit more pressure, and whispers something in the Crux's ear that follows with the Crux just like nodding its head like rapidly before like tightening up just for a couple of seconds and then letting go and kicking him forward.
And I rolled a listen check on that for 20.
Aren't you nosy?
Yeah, I
How does he
am.
know?
But after Thomas kicks him forward, the Crux hits the ground, scrambles to his knees and then to his feet, turns quickly to make sure no one's like drawing a bow on him or anything. And as no one's doing anything, he just like eyes all of you one last time before falling on Thomas, as Thomas just like jukes forward and says boo, which sends the Crux like jumping up 3 feet in the air and then turns and runs to the west.
Like, right, but before he goes in full blast, like, don't forget your friend.
oh,
still
he's gone.
unconscious
He
guy.
doesn't care.
Oh, he's gone. Oh
Too
no. You gotta
Just
have
leave
Gub
him
Gub
here, don't
Jr.
come
now.
pick him up.
We totally should have sent Gub Gub in as like a fucking commando infiltration unit and just be like, Gub Gub, here's your job.
He does not want to go back to the Crux.
As cool as that sounds,
It sounds really cool. Is why I
It
suggested
does. But
Why I
as
suggested
cool as
it.
that sounds, like they already know the boss is
I know.
dead, so either everyone else is dead or not good on their terms.
Solid Gub Gub.
I think everyone here knows by now that I play by the rule of cool. You gotta have the interesting flavors.
You need to give him an eye patch and the silence gun.
Exactly. You know, we'll give them some fake tattoos, make them like blend in more with the other Crux.
So
then-
as you
and
guys
then-
are like having this conversation, and it's like, well, Thomas speaks up. Looks like he didn't want to take his extra.
extra?
What is an
As he
extra?
moves over to pick up his axe off the ground.
Nice. Oh my god.
Connor says-
no, it's
Now we begin to steal their stuff, right? And he looks over at Kronk.
not stealing if they're dead. But
Exactly.
let's bring them back over to Gub, see if we can have another.
Connor
Elf
looks
in our
at you
case.
skeptically. What is it with you and accruing strays? I mean, you
Hey.
even brought me along and I was drunk. That was more Ajay's fault. And he looks over at
Yeah,
Ajay.
and without you, we wouldn't have known some of this magical stuff.
I see your point. I am pretty amazing.
You were amazing in one field.
Is he always like this?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Look, I need a bigger company. I need more men. We must proceed. Otherwise, what kind of company are we with just like 5 people?
Connor just
People.
throws his hands in the air. Hey,
Well,
So are we heading back to the gub hole?
We're heading back to the gub hole. After
Wait.
search these bodies.
yeah. Connor says, I almost forgot that there was something really important. This is why we came to find you guys in the first place. And he kind of looks over at Crystal, and he'll like go up to her, like, "Come on, Crystal, tell him the thing."
She'll take a deep breath before turning to the others who don't know, which is just Connor. Or not Connor. Kronk.
Yeah, Connor
and,
doesn't know. That's why he didn't say anything.
Connor knows. Kronk and Thomas. You know that I'm not very talkative when it comes to my past, and especially my family, but recently the sister that I mentioned just a few days ago, she's been missing for a very, very long time, and only recently this week I found out that she might have been taken by the Gank brothers, and she'll look for a quick moment at Thomas before looking back at the others. And I was just wanting to see if you guys would help me find her.
We're here for.
kidnapped.
Quick look at Thomas. He's like, you know anything about that?
As you turn to look at him, he's currently like tying up the crux shoe, begrudgingly, but he like leans his head up. Say what again?
A blue girl that got captured by the Gank brothers, supposedly. You know anything about her?
What, the dancer?
You dancer?
Connor looks over at Crystal. Was she a dancer?
She liked to dance?
Yeah, the dancer.
Yeah, they have a slave girl that the upper bosses like to make dance for her. I don't know much about it, though. I was only time that I saw them was to get my pay, or to give them what was owed, so I don't know much. And before you even ask, no, each meeting was in a different place, so it wasn't even in the same place twice.
You know where the next one is?
How would I know where the next one is? I've been with you for a week.
How often are the meetings?
Who was supposed to be there 2 days before I joined up with you?
And how do you know about the next meeting?
From the last one I go to, which obviously I never went.
Sounds an awful lot like what I've seen from the people I've been chasing around. I guess I have one more reason to join you guys now.
Oh,
I gotta warn you.
Find her.
We don't have much to pay up front until we can get a steady line of work.
I'm used to improvising, don't worry.
Good. We look over to Crystal and like, sorry about your sister, but at least we know she's here, for sure.
I'm glad she's alive. I was
I
worried.
was just about to say. I started looking over the bodies. Had it typed out and everything. Was ready to the jail. Yeah.
That's a lot of gold. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a lot of gold.
That is.
We're putting this in party loot, player bank. I can't activate any of that. Divide it up or keep it in there.
This is going to be going to party loot. Is that confirmed with everyone?
Well, who else is searching then? Because so
Oh.
far it's just me.
Yeah, just you.
Oh, I had it typed out. I was waiting for
Wait,
us to
hold
talk. Don't kind of interrupt that.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Would you like me to roll search?
Do you want to search?
Yeah, I had intended to. I just
Then
like I
you
said,
would
I was
be
waiting
searching
for
as
the
well.
talk.
Yeah. Give it a spin.
Cool.
Any of the extra stuff that if you roll higher would go to you because that's what you would find. We'll split the other half.
Are you
That's what
putting
we
this in
both would
party bank, Croc?
Might as well.
Well, we're going to be splitting the gold as best as I can.
It doesn't need to be split if it's in the party bank.
Yeah, that's my point.
We have a party bank.
Yes.
Oh,
How
you can
does that
access
work?
it.
Yeah, it's in the notes
You just
portion
tell
of
him
the
to put it in
thing.
the party bank, and he'll do it.
How
Player
does
bank
that
right there.
work?
No, I know, but like, how does everyone just grab access from loot?
They say that they want to take it.
Yeah.
And if it's available for everybody, then they can take what they need.
I don't care either way.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm fine with it all going into the player bank.
Okay, who wants what?
Just put it in the player bank.
Who is carrying it? I don't. Yeah, we can put the notes in the bank, but who's physically gonna hold it? Do you
Oh,
guys
Croc-
want?
How much does
to-
this cost to
Good question,
carry? I got plenty
That
of
is-
carry weight. Found as a pack meal. It's got like bags for bags of bags, bags for days, box for days. Who cares?
Right, how many people are here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, and then 7 for Thomas. Divided by 7. So everyone gets 396 gold.
Okay.
Alright. So now there's
Including
0.
Thomas. Make sure you tack that on.
So now there's
Okay, now
0
let's-
gold in the
let's
player
put
bank
the-
since we're all putting it in our own thing.
Okay, so, okay.
300 and how much?
96. 396.
Alright. I thought we were putting in the player bank. And
Yeah.
Someone has to physically hold it, though. So since no one's making any argument, I'm just divvying it up.
Hey Joshua, how much do I? I'm not Joshua. Connor, how much do I?
Oops.
Oh, how dare you?
Connor, how much do I owe you? At least I
You still owe
remember
me. You
his
still owe me. 100. We just took 100 from each of us. But it's been 9 days plus the week we had before. That makes
When was
7
the-
plus 9. What is 7 plus 9? Someone tell me.
name. It's
So
60.
divide that later. Does anyone
7
care about the daggers?
Plus 9.
I'd like what?
You want
yeah.
another dagger?
I'd like.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks. That's 10%. So
Right.
that's 110, and then 10% of 110 is 111. You owe me 111 gold.
It's 121 because you're adding
Exactly
11.
that.
121. Okay. I
Thank
gave you 121
Being
gold, so I'm off of that fucking
You
debt.
just gotta pay bear.
Yeah.
Look at that. I made 21 gold. It only took me 2 weeks.
All
Okay.
right. So Ede's getting the other dagger. I'm taking the other 3 in the food. All good?
Oh, good.
Oh God,
All
Connor's rolling in bank. He's a wealthy man.
What are these? What are these numbers?
I'm doing math.
Because you can't use a calculator.
God have mercy on us. He's doing math.
That is calculator. That's all this fucking program is.
And
Yeah,
anyway,
Question: What's the date? I have curiosity.
The date?
today's
Good
the
question. You don't know.
Huh. Oh, yeah, that's that. Okay.
I don't think it really matters calendar-wise for us.
I mean, I just like to know.
the day of the week might matter at some point, but
Well, I
don't
know,
think
but like,
number.
in 2 days this is gonna happen. It's not like, hey, on the 30th this is gonna happen.
I know. I just want to know the date.
Oh no, that's fine. I just don't think for our group in general it actually matters at this time.
Quick question: how much does
Adzay is
gold
planning
weigh?
birthdays.
At this time, gold weighs nothing.
It's 1 weight per 1,000.
One weight per 1,000. Okay, I'm still good.
Yeah, it just never really mattered.
So you took the 3 daggers. Adzay took 1. You said.
I took one
I-
dagger.
yeah.
Yes.
Unless you wanted a dagger.
No, I don't want a dagger. I just mean I can help carry stuff. I have a pretty good carry weight.
Yeah.
So Connor will take the 1 weight of Crux food and give it to what's his name when we find him. Gup. Maybe it'll be like home.
All right.
Something familiar for him.
All right. That's that. Everything's divvied up.
All right. So we just heading back to the gub hole now.
I mean, what are we gonna do about the whole situation?
Well, I was offering up to track, but you all said that we should probably hold off on that. So I figured we should probably just head back and start planning that out.
For the
Plus-
cruxes, yeah, but we still have. Oh, thank you. But like, we gotta deal with Crystal Sister now. It's far more important.
Hmm. Also, I might want to head back into town as well for checking up on all Gravi, see if she's done with the project yet.
Yeah, but it's only been like 4 days.
That might be a good idea.
We'll just see how the progress is at the very least.
Okay. Gravi.
Do you want any company,
I mean-
Crystal?
I would say either way, we don't have any leads right now on Crystal's sister, so
Yeah.
we should
Yeah.
just
We should
group or something.
Yeah.
try to look around for more leads, see if we can find anything.
I
But
mean, if you really want to, we could try to raid one of their training grounds.
How armed is it?
It's a training grounds. I assume they have a lot of martial weapons lying about.
I mean, no, but is it training grounds for new people or veterans?
Yeah, it's for the green.
Ah,
You
yeah.
need veterans to train the noobs.
You only need.
That's a word I've heard from some distant land. Noobs.
Yeah, they hired some mercenary to do it.
A mercenary. Kind of like us. He looks over at Connor.
Doesn't matter. They're all bad if they have an advantage of numbers over us.
Yeah, but we have surprise right now.
Just a quick question. This is out of character. Is anyone gonna fix the devil, Adzay?
No.
Okay, I just want to address it.
Yeah, it's messing with your OCD, isn't it?
We weren't supposed to talk about it. That was the rule. Don't talk about Devil Adzay.
oh my god. What?
God.
To be fair, for me, I can't see it because my token goes over whatever drawn above it. But I'm assuming
you
it's
have just straight up devil horns and a goatee.
yeah. I'm fairly certain.
That looks beautiful.
Thank you, Ash.
I love it.
All right. Well,
Where the hell did that happen?
I still need to go do
It's
something.
been there, and it's been slowly like mustering up the irksomeness.
I still need
All
to
right,
go.
so we head back to the gub hole.
Yes.
And then,
Naomi
back
will
up.
allow you to use her as a crutch.
I got it, Naomi. Don't worry. As he just pats on the crutch. Don't worry, it's fine. You don't need to worry yourself with me.
Connor immediately turns to Naomi and he says, "Naomi, remember what we talked about? He's not allowed to make the decisions anymore.
What?
What?
He can't be trusted for his own good. Remember the stairs, everything
no,
else."
I believe in him.
Oh, this is how he almost died last time. He's gonna break his neck one day.
But wait, we're talking
Please,
about
please, Adzay, allow me to help you.
Okay.
Oh,
Do
All right.
you need me to carry him?
No. I look over to Akko. No.
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Naomi, if
I-
it makes you feel any better, you can. I'll lean on you if you really need me to. Okay?
Okay,
This will be a lot
You
easier
can
if I
always
just
lean on
cover
me,
on my
Ate.
back.
Connor will turn. He says, "I'm just saying, Ajay, there's roots. You know, it's brambles. We're walking through the forest. Took you a long ass time to get here. You probably stumbled a couple of times on your way here."
I'm fine, Connor.
Sure.
Really, I can just use one of the straps that I use for my axe.
We're done with this, Akko.
Okay then.
Did we ever tell him our names actually, or?
Nope.
He probably heard us
You've
calling
kind of
out.
been repeating them over and over, so yeah, he will ever. He's a half orc. He's not that though.
It's just a pretty simple,
You guys have
action.
yet to make any official introductions for yourselves, but yeah.
But,
Oh, I
Connor
thought we
will
did that
approach
when
him.
I left.
No.
After I
Connor,
left.
Connor will approach him. He's got some like bloody gold coins inside his hand. He's like counting them, putting them in the pouch. He's like, "Well, that seems nasty business is done." And then you see him kind of stretch out his pants in the front a little bit, making sure there's room for his crotch. He says, "Well," he'll hold out the same hand. "My name is Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Connor Snowwalker of the village of the Snowwalkers."
Your pants just tore even more, and now your dick's hanging out.
I just look at the bloodied hand, back at Connor's face, like,
It's dick blood.
I'm
Don't worry
eight.
about it.
He shakes the hand. Pleasure to meet you, I guess. Under strange circumstances, all the same.
I'm Crystal.
Hmm.
Thank you for agreeing to help me find my sister.
Well, I believe we have the same goals, just different reasons to find these bandits.
Yes. As we're kind of feeling about talking, Connor will kind of say something to the rest of you guys. He says, "As I was helping Kronk look over the bodies, I noticed that none of these other bodies had the mark of the witch on them. Whether they had them before and they disappeared after the deaths, or they never had them at all, I can't tell. But I don't know what significance it is. But I thought you should be informed."
Either way, the dead can't talk, so not much I can do about it.
Maybe they only did a specific type of
Connor will
crux.
go over to the crux that we have unconscious, and he will check his back to see if he still has a mark or if he has one at all. Maybe no.
Go ahead and make a search. And while you're doing that, Thomas kind of hollers over towards Yuako. Thomas! You can take a hit. Pretty good on you.
Echo. Yes, I can. Comes with being a half orc. It's not exactly something I learned, it's just something I am.
Well, better to be an am than to be a dead.
Well
Words
said.
of Wisdom 101 from Thomas. We'll be joining you next week with his next class, where we will begin the introduction into philosophy.
He does gives you a gut punch.
Kind of
I
tough.
return the favor.
But checking him over and shrugging off the punch. Yeah. There seems to be a hand mark on, not in the most identical area, but similar. It's on the back.
Connor will turn to the others in the group. He says, with that
Embrace
said,
the night.
this crux we have here does have a mark, and I don't know a lot about witches, but perhaps it would not be beneficial for us to take him to our lair or our hideaway.
So what do you plan that we do with him?
Connor
I mean, if you're
looks
asking
around,
me,
looks at the bodies.
we probably should
Looks
take him to
back
the
to the-
authorities.
That's applicable as well, Connor says.
I raise my eyebrow at Thomas, but then shake my head. Good idea, Thomas. That's a good idea.
When he said that,
It
his
is.
voice
It's
seemed
great.
stilted and didn't even seem like his own, almost robotic.
I'll tell you what, since Thomas and I still got to pick up something in town, we'll take him over there. We'll meet you guys back at the gub hole.
I mean, there's no reason for us to split up, really. We had to go there anyway, and you guys were just heading over there to meet up with us, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
don't we just all go?
Yeah, why?
Possibly
Yeah,
even
we should
pick
all
up some
go.
breakfast. I've been
And
starved.
some ale.
Sure,
Stupid
why
little
not?
crooks can work us like workhorses. Man.
Connor nods at Thomas. I'm game for that, guys. Beer, food, it sounds like a lovely plan.
I assume that Adzes tried to help, but probably Gub Gub shoot him away because
He
he would
kicked
kept
you
falling
out.
down. Okay.
Gordon Gubb doesn't want your...
Gordon Gub.
Pity help.
No, he doesn't want your help because you just get in the way. So he kicked you out.
Okay.
What Master Gub Gub does not like you.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
Gordon
useless.
Gubsy. It fits so well.
Gordon.
Gordon comes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with.
this a piece
uh,
of wood. Can't
I
tell about
agree.
friendship.
I agree with Thomas. We should probably all just head to Alp since we have a lot of stuff going on over there. Pretty sure Gub Gub holds down the fort pretty well.
Oh yeah, once you guys finally gave him a proper goal, he seemed to identify with that really well.
Yeah, seriously.
We come back, he's just gone complete Lord of the Flies on us. He's got pig heads there. Ah, I'm the king. Gub Hole.
Let's hope it never comes to that. But yeah, I guess we should start heading over there as he's gonna start trying to make his way over towards Elf.
Naomi goes
Are
to
you
support
sure
you.
you don't want me to carry
Thank
you?
you. I'm sure, Akko.
Fine.
There goes the next 4 hours of our day.
Ah, but you know
That
what?
was such a good estimate. It does take... no, it doesn't take 4 hours.
No.
Since you guys were already halfway there when you met up with Akko.
I know,
so
but we have a cripple with us.
So
Hold
it
on,
takes another 2 hours before you guys make it to Elp. But
Before that, like, you know what? My leg's still feeling pretty injured. Can you carry me?
Connor
Oh,
gives
come on. One, he's missing a leg. Come on.
Connor gives like a little shake of his head to our newcomer and he's like, don't trust him. He will violate you.
What?
He's always listening, be quiet. And he looks over at Kronk with like worried glances like he hoped he didn't hear him.
So saw him somebody off camera. Not sure if you saw him. He'd look both at Connor and Kronk to be like, who should I trust? The normal man or the one with a red stain on his pants?
Well, define normal because you are talking to a crag dweller with a purple beard.
A Kronk beard, more accurately.
Normal,
Kronk.
normal enough.
It's a
normal
real
enough for
Kronk
Aiko.
beard.
Normal enough for Aiko. He'd be like,
It's a Kronk's beard.
for once, I'm going to just say no.
Oh.
So, Naomi?
Yes.
So how was first battle? Was it okay? Everything's good?
Oh, yes, it was really exciting. I'm so glad we have a new companion with us.
Okay. Speaking of companions, you've been okay in the Gub hole. You've been acclimatizing to living in a cave with us, right?
Yes, it seems fine.
Okay. No regrets. You're still feeling
Not at all. Everyone here is so nice.
okay.
Especially nice to us.
Oh, by the way,
Great.
Akko, my name's Naomi, and I just joined too, so
Don't worry. You have my back, I'll have yours.
she gives you a thumbs up.
My name's Adze Engel. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Again, still sure you don't need some help there?
I'm
It's just,
Fine.
You look terrible. Come on. I'm only
Got
trying
it.
to be nice.
Naomi,
Do you have any
no,
idea do you have any idea how difficult it is to find half-orcs like me who are nice?
It's all okay. I've got it.
Naomi kind of pouts at you, Akka. Am I not being a good enough crutch for Adze?
No, I just think that between us two, there's clearly one that can provide a bit heavier support, if you will.
Connor will immediately turn to you. What is? Because she's a verb. Looks at you. What's your problem with the verb? Just because she's a verb, she can't carry
Connor,
on as good as
As
you
you're
can.
saying this, Thomas moves towards you. It's like, you know, you always kind of jump to the race thing every time it comes up.
I was about to say that, Thomas.
Connor's look. I've had bad experiences.
Still, you shouldn't. You know, it's just not racism isn't in everything, Connor. Just calm it
You
down.
can't trust people, especially the pale skins.
Racism isn't always the answer.
It's always the answer.
You know, that's not a very good way to think. Thomas says as he just shakes his head and walks in front of you.
Connor says, "You haven't
Oh
seen
no,
what
we're
I've seen."
brainwashing him.
Only brainwashing if he says no.
I don't think he can.
Thomas
problem.
has really been improving on his character lately.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Almost like he's a different person.
Who would have ever guessed that shit?
I
Connor looks over.
think that ritual really like changed his outlook on life.
Yeah, Naomi's had a huge influence on how his life has changed.
Yeah, like good on you, Naomi. You changed someone's life.
Yep, you changed his
I
life
did?
forever.
Yeah, you probably saved him. He would be behind bars or worse right now.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thomas, I saved you.
What? What?
Yeah, Thomas, she saved you.
Save me from
However,
what?
are you gonna thank her in return?
Save me from what?
Saved you from jail or execution.
When did that ever happen?
Jail? When was I gonna go to jail?
Yeah, Adze. When was he gonna go to jail?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Hey, what I
Thomas
did
has
never
a
happened
suspicious
because
look.
Naomi
That's
interrupted. So,
So, as you guys continue moving forward, you make your way through the forest, out of the mudlands, as you come up to the much appreciated site of Elp. The town built on a port. And we're going to take this time to take our first break. So,
All right.
thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and take a 10-15 minute break. It's time for you guys to use the restroom, stand up, get something to drink or eat. And we'll be back within that time. So,
10 to
thank you for a
15
while.
minutes?
10 to 15 minutes. So, thank you guys for
Alright.
watching. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
So, 150.
Bye.
Hopefully things have been better with the microphone this time